And Nathan Fry out of Upper Sandusky, Ohio on Totally Fried will be the 7th hook in the modified class. The final class of the evening, our Superstock Combo class. Scott Feldkamp in the Trophy Buck will lead us off. Second hook will be Henry Smith Jr. in the Radical Red. Jody Shandorf will run the Bad Decision Pro Stock up third. Curtis Weisel in Constant Conflict will be number 4. Jim Shandorf in the Risky Business, number 5. Jeff Wolper in Stranglehold will be number 6. Steve Casey in the Burning Green John Deere will be number 7. Kevin McNult in the Green Energy John Deere, number 8. And the last hook of the night will be Brad Hart out of Addison. Don't ask, the 9th hook of the class here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for all of our drivers here tonight as they get ready to take the track. On behalf of the National Tractor Pullers Association, welcome to this 2025 event, one of over 100 across Grand National, Regional, National, and Member State circuits. To see the stars of truck and tractor pulling, look to the shield. This national event is brought to you by the NTPA's corporate sponsors, Case IH, Wicks Filters, Beck's Hybrids, Hot Shot Secret, Mack Trailer, U.S. Army, Enderly Fuel Injection, O'Reilly Auto Parts, Cowtails, Mitas Tires, Unleaded 88, Senpico Lubricants, Ag Protect One, and Stop Fire, the world's best fire extinguisher, and a multitude of fine supporting sponsors. Now on Wednesday nights at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, tune into RFD TV for the 20th season of NTPA Championship Pulling presented by Case IH, the official farm equipment brand of the NTPA. Championship Pulling can be viewed 6 times each week on DirecTV 345, Dish Network 231, AT&T 568, cable systems nationwide, and on demand at WatchRFDTV.com. Established in 2021, Full Pull Entertainment is a trailblazing force in the world of truck and tractor pulling. The Full Pull Live platform offers detailed data and engaging content that caters to both new and seasoned fans. Full Pull is propelling a 75-year-old sports phenomenon into the 21st century with a dynamic blend of tradition and innovation. For more information about Full Pull, to watch NTPA live stream events, or to sign up for the free-to-play contests, please visit fullpull.us. And also a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, streaming and or recording of NTPA events is strictly prohibited. Live events may not be broadcast, transmitted, reproduced, or otherwise distributed or used in any manner without the express written consent of the NTPA.
Issues with Full Pull camera. What?
Mine was Zoom, so Jason's doing the front and I'm doing the back. That's how I lie.
No clue.
Maybe his camera.
I've heard some issues on YouTube, so we
Going to be seeing a couple of test passes here on the sled. Make sure we're all set and ready to go before we get the action underway. 40 foot of width here on track this evening. You're going to see 3 passes in 3 different spots on the track. Not only is this a test for the sled, but also an opportunity for drivers to see the different spots on the track they'd like to go. You'll notice throughout the evening them choose left, middle, right, different spots, and drift back and forth throughout the track all evening long, trying to find that perfect spot here. So going to see a couple of test passes. We'll jump in with our national anthem and get underway here in just a few moments. So continue to find your way in, grab a seat, have your favorite beverage, something to eat. We'll be underway here shortly, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see again, shifting over to the left-hand side, drivers out watching here and seeing how it digs into the ground, softness, hardness of the track as they're trying to pick their spot to go this evening. All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to tonight's program here. Night number 2 of pulling here for the NTPA Region 2 action here at the St. Joseph County Grange Fair in Centreville. How's everyone doing out there tonight? Good to hear, good to hear. We're excited to get things underway. But before we do, as we start every great sporting event in our country, we start with our national anthem. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you could please rise. Gentlemen, move your caps as we honor our country with the playing of our national anthem. God bless America. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Matt McDonald. I'm back here with you guys again for another night of truck and tractor pulling here, NTPA Region 2 action. 4 great classes we have here this evening. 1 returning class if you were here last night, and then 3 new classes here tonight. So if you joined us last night, thank you so much. If you're first time here this week, welcome here for some truck and tractor pulling action. Very easy to follow along. What we got here is 300 foot plus a track laid out, 40 foot wide. It is simply the farthest distance wins. We got our backspin buster sled, Jeff Story, our sled operator down here. Each tractor and truck will hook to the sled and pull it as far as they possibly can in each of our respective 4 classes. Laser measurement distance, our laser located, if you look closely, all the way down there at the far end, just onto the grass there past the dust at the far end, is our laser this evening. That'll measure here accurately all the way down to the tenths, hundredths, and even thousandth of a foot if we need be. And again, it can be that close together. It was get tight and tight with all sorts of good competitors we have here tonight. So that'll be the gist of it here. We'll jump right into it. 9,300-pound Super Farms will be the first class out of the gate. This class was here last night. Same group of 13 here tonight. Going to be looking at 640 cubic inches underneath the hood. 3-inch turbocharger, 3-inch with a slotted inlet and a 3-inch smooth bore on the outlet side of the turbocharger. 24.5 the maximum width on the rear tires, 20-inch drawbar, and that 9,300 pounds includes the driver in the seat. Some of the specs you'll see on these tractors here, again, weighing up to that 9,300-pound mark and roughly 1,500 to 1,700 horsepower or so. So a really good class to get us started, as competitive as it gets and as popular as it gets, with some of the best coming right here out of the state of Michigan. 13 entries this evening. We'll get started here in just a moment with our first Super Farm out of the gate. Ben Ross drew the test puller position here on the Twisted Decision John Deere, and we'll get him out here right now. The test puller is the only puller in the class that has the option to go twice this evening. Everybody else, it's one and done. All you can get on one try. We don't have any qualifying, no test passes, no nothing like that. It's just one chance to do as best you can, unless you're the test puller. So the test puller has the option to either keep or turn down his initial run based on, we have to make sure that the sled is set properly. That's the first thing. And the second thing, he doesn't get to watch any of the other competitors go down the track, so it is a disadvantage on how to try to set up the tractor. so he'll have the chance to turn it down if he doesn't like it. Now, he can buy well keep it. If it runs good, it's weighted right, and everything looks good, he can keep it. But he has to make that decision trackside. So that's the kicker. Sometimes you can guess wrong. Your first pass was a good pass, and you come back around, you don't do nearly as well. No, you can't change back to that first pass. You have to keep your decision, whatever it is, at the end of the track. Ben Ross coming in number 3 in the regional national points chase this season. He's had a really good year, a couple finishes in the top 3, trying to break through into the winner's circle. Here, the test pass this evening. Acquired this tractor here just a couple of years ago, the John Deere 4955 out of Lawrence, Michigan. Ben Ross up first. My guess is it wasn't in a gear there as he started to rev it up and take off. Saw no movement there from the tractor, so somehow hung up on the transmission possibly, maybe still stuck in neutral. Somehow they're playing with the transmission right now. As he revved it up there, you saw no movement from the tractor. Thinks he's got it shifted now, so he'll try again. All the way out to the big end of the track, 330, 40 plus feet right there. Heck of a pass to get it started. You notice the distinct differences if you were here yesterday. A lot more ground speed this time around. The track a little bit harder this evening, letting that sled glide across the track a lot more easy. A little bit softer last night. It was a little tougher to get that ground speed going here in the track, so really good pass on out there into that 340 plus foot range. We'll see where it shakes out at. $357.480. 357.480. We'll see what they're deciding to do trackside. I believe he'll keep it, but we got to see if we're all set with the sled setting as well. Still waiting for word from trackside here whether or not we're going to keep or... Still waiting word from trackside here on exactly what we're doing. So just got word from trackside, they are indeed resetting the sled. Going to tighten things up a little bit. Not a lot of room left down there to play with. So we're going to tighten the sled up here a little bit. Ben Ross will automatically drop to the bottom and come back around and play at the end of the class. Automatic drop. He'll get a second chance at it here at the tail end of the class. Shane Maston up next, the Thumping Pumpkin, Ag Code 9675 out of Niles, Michigan. Been a busy week here for Shane. Ran on Sunday in the hot farm class and the truck pull night. Ran on Tuesday in farm stock night. Ran last night for super farm and then tonight as well. So been pulling all 4 days this week. Second place in the super farm class last night and won the Pro Pulling League Champions Tour on the PPL circuit this season. So been a really good year for Shane Maston and the Thumping Pumpkin. Runs regional national competition when he joins us on the NTPA circuit throughout the year and has had some really good finishes, stacking in the top 3 to top 5 multiple times. 10 plus years of pulling experience. He'll be the new test puller as we just reset the sled here. So he'll have the chance to either keep or turn down his run. Shane Maston now ready to go on the newly set sled, the Thumping Pumpkin. Took a bunch out of the sled and still rolled it on out there, 340 plus feet there, Shane Maston. Really nice pass right there. That was a fast gear as he rolled down through there. Waiting on the distance and the official word here from trackside. Debating right now whether or not they're going to make a change to this sled. Distance was out there just for notes, 357.750, again, even after a sled change here. So again, we're seeing what the decision is. What it sounds like is they're going to tighten it up even more here. Gonna move a couple of trip switches here, and indeed it will be another sled change to tighten things up again. Not a lot of room left down there at the far end of the track, so we are gonna tighten things up. So we have another reset sled here. Again, watching the weather in the distance. I know everyone can see the lightning there in the background. Right now, as far as I am told, is that we're going to keep running. As long as we stay a far enough radius away from the pole, we'll keep going as scheduled. It's about 15, 20 miles away out there right now. So again, it's something that we'll monitor, and we'll keep updating you as we go. But we're going to continue to run here as we keep on going and reset the class again with Brad Hart and the Don't Ask International up next. With the newly reset sled again here, third hook in the class now also gets the option here with the test pull. Tightening things up here out of Addison, Michigan, the 2002 Case International 7220. Brad finished number 5 last night here. Seeing where he can do a nice finish yesterday out of 13 tough tractors. Running regional national this season. Also been a grand national competitor in the past. Don't Ask on the tractor. It is an international. You look closely. The reason why it is Don't Ask is because he's an all John Deere guy at home, but runs an international as a super farm. Here we go. Right into that 330-ish foot range right there. Brad Hart and Don't Ask. That's a nice run right there. We'll see. He's all set on the track. That's going to be the mark to beat. How about 332.715 right there for Brad Hart. 332.715 will be the mark to beat here in the class. FFA and Ag Education Day. Thank you to our week-long Green State event sponsors, Bolin Tire and Drake's Crystal Flash. And also thank you to Bogan Concrete, Green Mark Equipment, and Burnham's Equipment here for the use of the equipment and cement barriers here all throughout the course of the week. Up next, we should be looking for Brandon Height here next out of Marcellus, Michigan, the 1972 John Deere 4320. Regional national competitor just acquired this tractor here for this season. This tractor used to be ran by the late Bill Wright out of Canada. Used to be called Oh Deere. Brandon now been campaigning this tractor since he's acquired it. Just new to tractor pulling and continue to learn as he goes along. Looks like we're doing a little bit of grading there in front of the sled to get things all ready to go. Again, today is FFA and Ag Education Day, sponsored by Leonard Ag and Glen Oaks Community College. Brandon Height and the John Deere out here now. Again, getting a little bit of the track cleaned up there right at the starting line. Trying to make the pole shot help a little bit better and smoother here for these guys as he gets ready to go, trying to chase down 332 and change. Don't love that missing sound there at the end. Hopefully not losing a piston there, but something started to skip there towards the end of the run in that 280-foot range or so and lost all of his power there at the end. We'll get the distance here in just a moment. .770, 284.770 there for Brandon.
Perfect timing.
You're good?
Hopefully.
Changed it? This is the dead one though?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you want me to help you?
This is, yeah.
Okay.
Stop for it. Getting good with the last one.
Ladies and gentlemen, lightning has now become too close. Please clear the grandstands, please. Ladies and gentlemen, we need you to clear the grandstands as lightning has approached the area here really close. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need you to remove the grandstands immediately, please. Thank you so much. Lightning is 2 miles away right now. So, if you could please clear the grandstands, as we want to keep you guys as safety is the most important here tonight. So again, please clear the grandstands as lightning has approached closer here, just 2 miles away.
This is what we took out, right? Those two were okay? Okay.
We're going to shut things down here too as we get ready to hop into a lightning delay here. Storms unfortunately creeping a little bit too close for us. So again, please work your way safely off the grandstands here as we wait for storms to clear the area. Ladies and gentlemen, lightning delay will be about a half hour after the last bolt that's in the area here. So we're going to keep watching lightning real close right now. So we'll be hanging out here and we'll watch the weather go. We'll still plan on pulling as long as the storms clear the area here in a timely manner, but we'll keep watching and you guys stay safe. Grab a bite to eat, something to drink, and make your way to a safe area here in the fairgrounds. We'll hang out here and watch the storms go and hopefully pass by in a safe manner here, and we'll be back to the action hopefully soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for working your way out of the stands nice and easily here and finding the safety to the area, and we'll be back in action hopefully here soon as the storm passes by. And that includes you guys here on the pit side as well. If you get off the metal bleachers, just to be safe, find yourself to a safe area if we can. We'll please clear away here, and we'll get back to running hopefully here soon.